Hello guys, this is Keys to the Truth, and in this video we are going to dive deep into what a glacier is, what glaciers are. So you may already know the mainstream science explanation. I'm going to tell you that's bunk. It's completely false, like everything they tell you. So you got to be aware, be on your toes, and grow up spiritually, mature spiritually, so that you are not deceived. As Christ tells us, do not be deceived in the Gospels. So the blue color is the characteristic. Blue, just like Sri Krishna, like Sri Rama. Blue like the sky. Sky blue. That blue color derives from copper sulfate. Now, where is that copper sulfate coming from? It's not coming from the compression of ice. Water is incompressible. Yes, you can compress ice, but you cannot compress water beyond its natural liquid state. So that story of compression does not hold water, all pun intended. What's really going on is that if you ever go to Yellowstone or some other place like that, Atacama, you're going to see these blue pools of water that are coming from the underground. So copper sulfate forms above 80 degrees Celsius. It takes heat to form. It doesn't take cold. It crystallizes below 80 degrees Celsius. So what's happening is that we're getting a flow of copper sulfate from the underground, and that is trickling to the surface, and then in the surface it crystallizes in the cold slowly along with the ice. So you can see there's a difference. You can see the white ice above, which is regular white ice and snow, and then you can see the bluish, whitish, which is a mixture of the water, frozen water, ice, and the copper sulfate. Now you gotta ask why and for what purpose. Everything's purposeful, and this is one of the main reasons that they lie to you about glaciers and glacier formation. They tell you they take millions of years, thousands of years, and that if they melted, we'd all drown, which is complete nonsense. They didn't take millions of years. It's not due to compression. You see, this ice is completely uncompressed. There's nothing above it. And the glaciers move, so in a way, right, quote unquote move, so they ebb and flow. So what I'm telling you is that this is some sort of a sap, like the sap of a tree, the tree of life, the giant tree of life that the earth is, with a center at the North Pole. But the whole earth is living being, living, breathing being with a consciousness, and it follows the supreme consciousness, just like we all do, whether you like it or not. So what this copper sulfate is it's feeding into the water and the ocean. And just look up the industrial uses of copper sulfate, and you'll find the what for, the purpose of this copper sulfate in the ocean. And it's actually what's giving the ocean the blue color, the copper sulfate, which is used in industrial purposes to kill fungi, algae, and certain bacteria. So if you ask yourself why the ocean is perfectly good water, it's saline, sorry for the pronunciation, it's salt water, yes, but it's also harboring life, and it's killing the pathogens, it's killing the bacteria. It's perfectly usable water for the intended purposes of ocean water. So the copper sulfate acts as a mechanism, a self-regulating mechanism, which is not automatic. It has certain feedback systems, but ultimately it is governed by the supreme consciousness that governs everything. And so it's like a drip. It's a drip system that's dripping. You can see the drip here. You see that? So it's streaming into the water, the oceans, turning it blue. It's helping give it that blue color, characteristic navy blue. It's part of the formula, if you will, and it helps maintain the equilibrium so that the ocean doesn't become putrid water or black water or full of algae and then killing everything else. So it maintains the balance. It's a smart system. It's a super smart system. It's beyond that. It's the supreme consciousness. And once you start thinking in terms of that, you can see the divine consciousness that governs everything all around you and in your everyday life as well. Blessings. Whoa guys, look at this right here. What was I telling you? It's feeding as a stream, as a Sara, like Sarasvati into the ocean. The eternal stream of consciousness, alive and in the raw. Bluest can be copper sulfate. And it's getting mixed right there in the great oceans. This is the first ocean that we live in out of 7 concentric circles, the 7 seas. You can see the different colors. I mean, it's carrying some mud and some other crystals and minerals. That's why you have the different colors. You can see quite well that the ice is white and blue. Blue from that copper sulfate. So it's grandiose regulation system. This actually just reminded me of the Milky Ocean that's mentioned in the ancient scriptures, such as the Srimad Bhagavatam. If you see the color, it's kind of milky. Or the Ghee Ocean, or like there's another ocean that's called the Ocean of Ghee. So this is kind of ghee color. So I'm not saying this is the one, but wherever that Ghee Ocean is located, it could be because of some sort of phenomenon like this. I'm not taking any magic away from it. There's always a purpose.